This is the Rumour Train.
Welcome back to the Rumour Train, and we are going to be working now to dispel the latest myths and rumors surrounding the new drinking and driving laws and cannabis consumption and driving laws, and whether or not it is true or false. The police can come to your door, knock on your door, and request you to provide a breath sample even up to 2 hours after you've returned home.
That seems crazy. That if somebody reports you, they think that you've been drinking and driving or consuming cannabis and driving. That's great that they call 911. What happens if I haven't been, and then 2 hours after you come home and I've already popped a bottle of wine and had a drink?
Well, that's just it. Rumor has it that if someone sees you driving and they question your driving abilities and you do something that gives them cause to suspect you've been consuming cannabis or alcohol, the police can then come to your home and request a breath sample. And if you have consumed since you've gotten home, it's up to you to prove you weren't 2 hours before.
Wow.
Is the rumor. But
wow.
We're going to check in with St. Thomas Police and get the answer for you so you know when it's safe to drive and how to be safe behind the wheel.
I heard a rumor.
What did you hear?
I heard that Trinity Church is closing.
No. Seriously?
Yeah, I heard that. So we're going to have to...
Oh, really?
We're going to have to see what we can find out. That would be a big blow to the community with everything that they provide. So we're going to have to see if we can get the scoop. This one's been floating around for a while. Dan, I heard a rumor.
Heather, what rumor did you hear?
I heard that the developers in the city are looking at building some different types of housing.
Really?
Yeah, including
maybe... we need housing.
We need lots of housing.
We have a shortage.
And they're looking at maybe even some tiny homes.
Tiny homes?
Bring them into the mix.
But is St. Thomas ready for tiny homes? And I mean by that, I mean is our council ready to do what is necessary to bring tiny homes to our community?
Well, we're going to have to find out. See what we can find out for everybody on this one.
So Heather, on that tiny homes rumor, as I've been able to unearth, apparently Doug Terry Homes Limited here in St. Thomas is interested and is currently discussing with the city the possibility of bringing tiny home construction to St. Thomas.
That's right, and I understand there's not a location yet. This is all still in the very early stages. They do have to have those discussions with administration and council, and then hopefully to the broader community to start a dialogue about what this means for housing and the future here in St. Thomas.
I think it'd be great, especially when we have so many lots like these for infill.
We do.
That would make perfect opportunities for tiny house construction.
I think it would be fantastic. So we're looking forward to seeing more from Doug Terry Homes as well as the city on this one.
If you like the idea of tiny homes, get in touch with a city councillor or Mayor Joe and let them know you want to see tiny homes in town.
Welcome back, Rumour Train viewers. We are now inside Trinity Anglican Church, and I am joined by Kathy Grahn and Malcolm Wood from the church, and they're going to help us derail the rumor about what is going on with the church. We've heard that Trinity is closing, and we're hoping that you can derail this rumor for us.
We'd be glad to derail the rumor. The church is not closing.
No, we're still here. We're not dead yet. We're continuing with all our programs, and Kathy will go over those quickly for you, but we're still worshiping, and we've got our Lenten organ recitals coming up, and we do have some issues with the building itself and some issues that we have to deal with, but we're not closing.
We have a beautiful old building.
It is beautiful.
And the older we get, the older it gets. And so the building is something that is not really functional right now in our time of worship and service and ministry. And so we are looking at relocating.
Okay.
But that does not mean the church is closing. The congregation will be relocated to another place.
Okay.
And still be functioning, still be worshiping, still be welcoming people in, and we'll still be doing all of our outreach services. Things like our free pancake dinner that is happening next Tuesday, which you're all invited to, 5 to 7 p.m. is part of our tradition to continue in the community. So please come out and enjoy pancakes.
Well, I'm looking forward to enjoying pancakes from the other side of the table this year, because you usually have me flipping
That's
pancakes
right.
or something. So I'm looking forward to being able to be part of the discussion at the tables and meet some fellow parishioners from Trinity and some fellow members from the community. So I think we have got our answer here at Trinity Anglican Church, that the church is not closing, that the community outreach that they do so well here at this great church will continue. And if things change, we will certainly look to come back to you and get the update for our viewers. But for now, we have derailed this rumor and stopped it dead in its tracks.
Rumour Train viewers, welcome back. We are back at the St. Thomas Police Services building with Tanya Calvert, the Corporate Communications Coordinator for St. Thomas Police. And we've got one more rumor to dispel, and it's with regards to the new or expanded laws that came out back in December of 2018 with regards to drinking and driving. Tanya, we've seen lots in the media about these expanded powers and stories about police showing up at our door 2 or 3 hours after an allegation and taking away one's license and car, etc. What can you tell us about these new powers?
Well, there is lots.
Should we be afraid?
No, you should not be afraid. Some things have changed and many things have not changed.
Okay.
So let's address this issue with the police showing up at your house.
Okay.
The police have always been able to show up at your house when they have reasonable grounds that maybe you have been driving impaired. So let's take, for example, a situation where someone is driving impaired and they drive into the side of a building. And people inside the building hear the thud and call 911. Officers arrive on scene moments later and there's a license plate from the car. We query the license plate, find out the address, and we attend it because we are furthering the investigation into that impaired driver, and absolutely we will be pursuing what happened at that situation. Much like some of our local licensed establishments in the city are our community partners, and it's not uncommon for us to get a call from a bartender that says this person has shown up. I refuse them service because they are in an impaired state, but I also saw them leave the parking lot in this vehicle with this license plate. Of course, we can further that investigation. We have good grounds to keep the public safe, absolutely. So that part of the information is not new.
It's not new.
And it has not changed.
Yeah, and it's all about public safety.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is all about public safety and keeping the people of St. Thomas safe. So what has changed is our approach to doing roadside screening devices. So for example, when an officer is on patrol doing a traffic stop, or when an officer is working a ride program, in the past they had to have grounds in order to make a demand for a roadside. Now what those grounds consisted of were things like red watery eyes, strong odor of alcohol, slurred speech. Well, by the time
Mouthful of gum?
Mouthful of gum or cigarettes. Now, by the time you have red watery eyes, slurred speech, strong odor of alcohol, you are way too drunk to be driving.
You're well on your way.
You are well on your way. So the roadside is really just, an automatic response to that. What police were missing were seasoned alcoholics who don't really manifest a lot of signs of impairment. And we were also missing people who were in the worn to high worn range who also aren't necessarily exhibiting a lot of signs of impairments. So we have to keep in mind that once you hit that 0.5 milligrams of blood or milligrams of alcohol in 100 milliliters of blood, that's a warrant, and that's an automatic 3-day suspension. Okay. So once again, this all comes back to public safety. Are you legally considered impaired at, between 0.5 and 0.79? No, you're not, but you are considered a danger to the road, and you need to be removed from driving and given a 3-day suspension. So it has increased our road safety in that respect.
Well, that's good. We're hearing a lot of, can you show up at my door 2 hours later? And demand a screening test at that point?
Well, once again, if we have reasonable grounds, absolutely. We can further the investigation. So you may see that happen in the future. What you won't see is a police car parked at the top of your street with an officer in it waiting to see cars drive in their laneway and then following those drivers to administer everyone a roadside screening device. We have higher priorities and a high volume of calls for service. So that is not our position with the new roadside screening laws.
Only if you get a call, will that happen? There is a reason for that. That suspicion is there. So that should really help alleviate some of those concerns that we know that are floating around out there. So it's great to have the information directly from the source. And we thank you so much for being here again.
If our viewers have any questions, can they contact you?
They can contact us by Facebook, by Twitter, on our website, however, any questions, or let's have another Rumour Train.
Yeah. Send us our
Happy to.
rumors,
Let's do it.
and we're happy to come here and to interview you. It's certainly warmer inside. We've been outside a lot this winter, and it's been cold. So we're grateful to be inside the warm.
It's a nice change.
It's a beautiful
Very nice
building,
change.
so it's nice. So
Thank you very much, Rumour Train viewers, for watching this episode. And again, keep those rumors coming into us so we can look into them. And if you have any questions for Tanya, anything to do with the law, by all means, reach out to the St. Thomas Police Services. She's happy to help dispel rumors as well. Thank you, and take care.